Comedian Chris McCausland has been a pioneer on Strictly this year, wowing audiences and judges alike as the programme's first ever blind contestant.
Your Viennese crosses were something to be witnessed. They were fantastic.
Despite losing his sight many years ago, Chris and his professional partner have found new ways for him to learn complex routines every week. 30 years after Chris studied in Hereford, current students at his old college are thrilled he's defying expectations on Strictly.
It's really good, especially for those who don't know anything about VI. I think, again, like I said, some people think that people who have vision impairments just can't really do anything or can't do much of their life besides piano tuning.
I really hope that he can win it. It'd be really cool to have someone who is VI like us winning Strictly.
And as you can see, students here are literally following in Chris's dancing footsteps. This ballet class has been adapted with its teaching techniques to help those who are visually impaired.
We're going to do 3, and then we're going to do a little port de bras.
I'm very descriptive of what I do. I use a lot of imagery to help them imagine what positions it should be like. I use my voice a lot, so they know which way to face, for example. We talk about different rhythms. Sometimes I get them to clap different rhythms.
Chris's connection to the college remains strong, and his dances on primetime TV are helping to both raise awareness and give real representation for blind people.
For our students, for the VI community as a whole, but I think for the whole of society, seeing somebody like Chris out there dancing, living his best life, just showing you can do anything with the training, with the skills, with the willingness to throw yourself into it. You can achieve absolutely anything. He's an embodiment of that.
This weekend, Chris will once again be hoping to impress the judges, but whatever happens during the rest of his time on Strictly, its impact will no doubt be felt for many years to come. Matt Hutchinson, BBC Midlands Today, Hereford.
Carlo Ancelotti has agreed to become the new Brazil boss and will leave Real Madrid at the end of the season. The 65-year-old has won 15 trophies across 2 spells at the Bernabeu and will be Brazil's first foreign manager. Elsewhere today, journalists significantly influenced the Liverpool fans who booed Trent Alexander-Arnold over the weekend. That's according to talkSPORT's Simon Jordan.
It doesn't surprise me that the fans have alighted upon it and formulated a slightly more strident opinion than perhaps they would have had if it wasn't a constant subject dawn till dusk on every radio show. But the fact of the matter is that if they're entitled to praise and applaud, they're entitled to boo. I think it's a graceless and witless way to be.
And Ruben Amorim says he should step down as Man United boss if their poor league form continues next season. His side currently sits 16th in the table and are heading for the club's worst league tally since 1931. Unsurprisingly, Martin Keown has made his feelings clear.
So it's interesting that FA Cup holders at the moment, Manchester United, they kind of showed their colours, didn't they? The signs were there last year. They go a big game against Man City, they turn up to play. They decide when they want to play. And I'm always suspicious of a dressing room when they pick and choose the games they want to play in.
Well, there's plenty more at talksport.com.
I just couldn't believe it. I just thought I was hearing things. The worst day of my life. Sorry.
Over the past 3 years, sadly, I've had to report on countless stabbings across Swindon. One of them happened last December where 18-year-old Owen Dunn was killed. It happened here in Hayden End, where I currently am, and sent shockwaves through the community. 10 months on, and as you can see, people are still laying flowers and tributes and messages to Owen on the road where he died. Now, I've spoken to Owen's grandma, Tricia Aldred.
I want, people out there to understand by carrying knives what they can do to a family. We will never ever get over Owen. Some days I even still think he's still here. But I know he's not. Just don't ever really want anyone else to go through what we're going through.
In a nutshell, what did he mean to you, your grandson, your 18-year-old boy?
He just meant the world to me. He's looking at me. I'm his Nancy. You know, when I was ill, he used to look after me. I've told you that before, but it's just, it's a great big hole in my heart. I mean, you know, I've lost my husband, lost my brother, but losing your grandchild at 18, this just can't keep going on.
So I put in a freedom of information request in to delve into this issue a little deeper, a little further, and quite frankly, the stats were damning. During the first half of this year, there was an average of more than 2 serious knife crimes reported here in Swindon every single week. Over the next few days, my KnivesCostLives investigation will see the impact this is having on communities across Swindon. So, in a nutshell, Spurs up in acrimony, in uproar once again. So, Ange Postecoglou, the manager for the last 2 seasons, David, has been sacked. It's their worst Premier League season ever. This campaign, they lost 22 matches. I'm sure you know all about that as a big sporting fan yourself. They did, however, win the Europa League. So that's the second tier of European football. Spurs' first major trophy for 17 years. So it was a season of Jekyll and Hyde, bittersweet. And the chairman, Daniel Levy, as Piers and I were just discussing, as a Spurs fan, I'm sure you've got an opinion.
He has
pulled the axe on Ange Postecoglou.
And are you surprised by that?
It's not a surprise. I think it's unfortunate because he had an injury-filled season. Lots of players ruled out. And to win a trophy at Spurs is no mean feat. To not win a trophy in 17 years, a remarkable achievement, but the league form spoke for itself. We understand at talkSPORT that Thomas Frank, that's the Brentford manager, is going to replace Ange Postecoglou. Not confirmed yet, but that's what we're reporting.
Okay.
Thomas Frank, unbelievable job at Brentford. He got them in the top half of the Premier League table this season on a very limited budget. He's had players there as Ivan Toney and Buemo, who potentially is going to go to Man United this summer. And he's just, for a club of Brentford's size, done a magnificent job. So they'll be very, very disappointed, Brentford fans, if he does leave.
I'm sure they will.
Other candidates include Oliver Glasner, who won the FA Cup at Palace this season, and Marco Silva, who is again doing well at Fulham. So, yeah, for Spurs, it's all up in the air. Ange gone, and we think Thomas Frank will replace him.
Ange gone.
And a very warm welcome to Stratford Town Hall here in East London, where, as you can hear, Sweet Caroline has just come on as West Ham United fans, tens of thousands of them, are flocking out today for the victory parade as West Ham celebrate the victory in the final last night of the Europa Conference League. West Ham's first trophy for many a decade. They won in dramatic fashion as Jared Bowen scored a late winner as they beat Fiorentina 2-1 in Prague. Today, as I say, tens of thousands of fans enjoying their victory parade. What does it mean to your family for West Ham to win their first major trophy for 43 years?
Massive. Means everything.
Quick hand. Final question, Arabella. How are you celebrating tonight?
Go on down the pub.
Yeah, in the Star, I enjoyed the headline here, Jamie. Now you're gonna believe us. Saka leads March into the semi-finals. It's the topic on everyone's lips tonight and into tomorrow morning. Arsenal's first semi-final in 16 years. The Star have called it a glorious night at the Bernabeu. Easy to forget as well just how many times Madrid have won the Champions League 15 times, or as the European Cup as it was before.
Arsenal have... How many Arsenal... Hold on, it's going through there. Hold on, no, give me a couple of minutes.
Go on.
Hold on.
Is it one?
One.
Is it?
One of note.
Number one.
What Cup Winners' Cup?
Cup Winners' Cup.
The early 90s, mate.
All right, that's it. Matty, top man, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks
mate,
for coming in.
Cheers, gents.